Aristotle, born way back in 384 BC, wasn't just another philosopher. He was a towering figure in ancient Greek philosophy whose ideas and teachings have influenced countless generations. He was a super smart guy who changed the way people thought. His contributions spanned various fields, from metaphysics to ethics and even politics. He was born in Stagira, Greece, a small town that played a big role in his early life. His family wasn't ordinary. They were well-connected and influential. His dad, Nicomachus, was a doctor, and he even worked for the king of Macedonia. This royal connection provided Aristotle with unique opportunities and insights. This meant young Aristotle learned about knowledge and important people from a young age. He was exposed to the world of science and medicine early on. At 17, Aristotle traveled to Athens to study at Plato's academy. This was a pivotal moment in his life, marking the beginning of his formal education in philosophy. This wasn't just a regular school, it was like the coolest club for thinkers. Plato's academy was the center of intellectual life in ancient Greece. Aristotle stayed there for 20 years, learning everything he could. He immersed himself in a wide range of subjects, from philosophy to natural sciences. He studied Plato's ideas, but Aristotle always thought for himself. He wasn't afraid to challenge established beliefs and sought to develop his own theories. He asked questions, argued, and started to come up with his own ideas. His inquisitive nature and critical thinking set him apart from his peers. These years were really important, shaping him into the guy we call the father of logic. His time at the academy laid the foundation for his future contributions to philosophy and science. Plato, Aristotle's teacher, taught him a lot. Plato was a profound thinker whose ideas shaped the foundation of Western philosophy. His teachings were not just limited to abstract thoughts, but also included discussions on ethics, politics, and metaphysics. Plato believed in something called the theory of forms. This theory suggested that beyond our physical world there exists a realm of perfect, immutable forms or ideas. It said that perfect ideas exist somewhere and our world is just a copy of those perfect ideas. According to Plato, everything we see around us is merely a shadow of these perfect forms. Aristotle, always curious, saw things differently. He was more interested in the tangible world and the phenomena that could be observed and studied. He thought it was important to look at the world around us. Aristotle believed that knowledge comes from empirical observation and experience. This difference of opinion was a big deal. It marked a significant shift in philosophical thought, from abstract reasoning to empirical investigation. Aristotle started to disagree with his teacher and created his own way of thinking. He developed a new approach that emphasized the importance of direct observation and analysis. Aristotle focused on observing things. He meticulously studied plants, animals, and various natural phenomena to understand the world better. He believed you learn by studying the world, not just by thinking about perfect ideas. This hands-on approach was revolutionary at the time. This way of learning, based on experience, became super important in his philosophy. Aristotle's methods laid the groundwork for the scientific method we use today. It was different from Plato's ideas, focusing on what we can see and touch. Aristotle's emphasis on empirical evidence and observation marked a new path in the pursuit of knowledge. Aristotle didn't just study one thing, he was a true polymath, delving into a multitude of subjects with an insatiable curiosity. He was curious about everything. From the smallest details to the grandest ideas, nothing escaped his interest. He studied logic, physics, metaphysics, ethics, and much more. Politics and even poetry were within his realm of exploration. His work on logic, especially something called a syllogism, gave us a structured way to think logically and make reasoned arguments. Even today, it's still important in philosophy and math, forming the foundation of logical reasoning. His ideas about physics, though not always correct, helped scientists for hundreds of years to build upon and refine. But Aristotle did even more than that. His teachings influenced countless students and scholars. He also learned a lot about biology by watching and grouping animals, laying the groundwork for future biological studies. He loved nature and studied it carefully, observing plants and animals with a keen eye. His work helped start the scientific study of living things, inspiring many scientists after him to explore the natural world with the same passion and dedication. After Plato died, Aristotle left the academy. He started his own school called the Lyceum. It wasn't just for listening to lectures, it was a place to do research. Students were encouraged to explore the world. They did experiments, observed nature, and had lively discussions. The Lyceum, led by Aristotle, became a really exciting place for learning, showing how much he believed in learning by doing. If you found this exploration of history illuminating, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more insightful content. Let us continue to learn from the past together.